So here's the first video of many that I'm going to do over the next year, maybe longer, to bring to light what I find to be the struggles of somebody around my age, around where I'm at in life. See, about a year and a half ago, February of 23, I decided that I had pretty much had enough. Was looking for something different. I've been in a career for 30 plus years that has never really felt like it's fit. Always said that I was a blue collar guy in a white collar business. I came from a blue collar family. Went to a vocational school for carpentry of all things. Joined the U.S. Air Force straight out of high school. And while in the Air Force, I was handed a career in IT. Found that I was good at it. Found that I could, sustain a living in it, especially in the military, since it was a job that they sort of gave me. And it has just always felt as if it never fit. Like I was, in a position or in a career that it really wasn't what was something I should be doing, or at least that's what I've told me. And last year, as I said, in February of last year, I joined the Go Abundance Emerge community on a day that I showed up to work like many times before, really, really frustrated, really, really unhappy with how my day was going, and happened to stumble across a video that Jamie Gruber put out, saying that he was having a webinar, and that day I joined it. And it was the first time I've been on a webinar where I didn't feel like I was being sold something, and it resonated with me. So that evening I went home, I talked to my wife, pretty much told her that I've got to do something to start changing things. And what has happened since then is I have actually found out and figured out that no, I'm not in a career that doesn't fit. I'm actually very good at what I do for a living, but it's not what I want to do. It's not what I really and truly feel is my calling and what I should be doing. And what has come out of my time in the community and attending some of the events and conversations with members and getting different perspectives and being introduced to different avenues of, creating wealth, potentially going into business, for yourself, I've been introduced to the world of coaching and mentoring and, public speaking in some respect, and have found that is really something that lights me up when I think about it, when I see somebody doing it, when I'm at an event that is being facilitated and I see the reaction people are getting. And as much as I always receive the message that I'm there to receive, I feel what is going on there. And what it has caused is for me to really and truly reevaluate everything that I was sort of working towards. See, when I have said that I've always wanted to leave the IT career, or if I was to leave the IT career, I would go for something that was more like blue collar, working with my hands, doing something that was more tangible. And so I started a business doing that. I was doing epoxy countertops, and was actually going very well. In my first vision that I wrote, first vision I wrote ever in my life, I put down that I was going to have this business, and it was going to look like X, and I was going to, bring my brother-in-law along with it, and we were going to have crews. And over that time, what I realized is that the work of doing the actual physical work wasn't a real problem for me. The problem was all the back end work, building a business, and with help from a member that I met that I've become real good friends with, was shown how it would have to be for it to become sustainable. And I'm not saying that the business wouldn't have survived. I'm just saying that the problem is that I just didn't feel it. I didn't have the heart for it. It wasn't something that felt like I wanted to go do. It wasn't something that I felt was calling to me. And after several trade shows, and after selling 10 actual installations, which as was highlighted to me a year prior to that, no, I wasn't actually doing installations, or I didn't have 10 installations. So it was a tangible, real opportunity, and it just came to me that it didn't fit, and I was really shocked on that fact. Shocked that something that I thought I was going to enjoy doing, something that I thought was more of a calling to me, which is working with my hands and doing more of the blue collar path. It really set hard on me that I realized that is not my true self and my true path. So I ended up shutting it down. I finished up the jobs, had to sort of stop doing any quotes, and just ended up shutting it down. And that caused, for the past probably 2.5, 3 months, some real questioning of who I am and how I felt I could be so wrong about it. And I was in a bit of a funk the past couple months, not really taking my eye off the path that I wanted to go, just feeling sort of stuck, just sort of in place. And it took me continuing with my coaching. It took several one-on-one phone calls with members of the community, some real good conversations with my wife, and some I guess you'd call it soul searching, to really sort of realize that I am on the right path. I am not only a blue collar worker in a white collar job that I'm shocked that people have me in this job. I did realize I'm actually very good at what I do for a career. And it's not a mistake that over 30 years I've never been unemployed out of the career. So that's not luck. And I realize that, and I can say that about myself, that I'm comfortable saying about myself. But what I have realized, or what I have come to understand, is that my passion to help men in the position that I found myself in, from 40 years old onward, felt, as if there was something different and there was something more for me. What that was, I did not know. How to get there, no clue. And when I finally got to the point where I just felt I was drowning, I was introduced to working on yourself, self-improvement, being honest, being ready and willing to let things go. And it sort of dawned on me that there's got to be more individuals, more men out there that find themselves with the quintessential kind of life. They're married, they've got the kids, maybe the kids are grown, maybe they're end of high school and getting ready to go off to college or graduate and go into a career. And maybe they have a career that has spanned several years, and they, for some reason, feel just unfulfilled and sort of on pause. They're not shut down. They're not going backwards. They're just not going anywhere. I equated it to feeling like I was in a kayak on a river with no oar, and I just went where the rocks bounced me to. And I know that there is a large community of men out there that feel that way, that there's some societal pressure, or they followed societal norms and they're sitting in a position where they should be okay with what's going on or okay with themselves, and they just feel so unfulfilled and unseen and unappreciated. And that is my future, of providing avenues for men to become who they really and truly feel they are. And so, with that idea, and with me saying that I was and still am that individual, I know that I've got a lot of work to do, and I know that I have a lot of potential to provide sort of, I guess, comfort and understanding to men that could use the pathway to become their greatest self. So, with that being said, I'm starting this journey to put myself in that position, to assist and provide, that needed input. And these videos and this channel that I'm going to stand up is the pathway that I'm going to start. So, would love to know what you think. Would love to know any comments, and would appreciate the subscribing to the channel. And until we meet again, live life like you mean it.